Lesson 2. Introduction to the Stock Market. Part 1. An Investor's Roadmap. Let's delve into the foundational elements of investing. This segment of the curriculum, which I refer to as the instruction manual, is where we begin. Consider it similar to learning chess. Initially, you must understand the rules and movements of each piece. Once familiar, you can start playing and gradually improve your skills. In this lesson, we're essentially learning how to move the pieces in the realm of investing. Prepare yourself, because following this introduction, we'll explore the core principles of investing in depth. So, what's the initial step in crafting your investment strategy? The first and most crucial step is to become acquainted with the various investment methodologies. The good news is that when it comes to investing, there are basically two roads to choose from. One way to invest in the stock market is to adopt what I like to call the have someone else do it approach. This means you give your money to a professional investment manager and let them invest your capital in the market or invest in a mutual fund. The other way to invest is to roll up your sleeves, do the work, and pick your own stocks. Does it have to be one road or the other? No, you can take both roads. You can give some of your money to a pro and invest the rest on your own. We focus on the have someone else do it approach in this lesson and picking your own stocks in the next lesson. Investing in a fund means pooling your money with that of other investors under a collective investment scheme, as opposed to working directly with a wealth manager. In a fund, contributions from numerous investors are gathered and invested collectively in stocks, bonds, or other assets, all managed within a single account. As an investor, you own shares in the fund, and the price of these shares reflects the value of the portion of the fund's holdings attributed to your investment. Funds are managed by investment professionals who use their expertise to pool substantial sums of money from various clients. This pooling allows them to invest in a diversified and cost-effective manner. This approach is often more efficient and economical than individual investors trying to achieve similar diversification on their own. Mutual funds and investment funds have become incredibly popular in today's financial markets. Here's an intriguing piece of information. There are currently more investment funds available than there are individual stocks to invest in. Consider the magnitude of that statement for a moment. Investors can choose from a wide array of strategies and focuses when selecting a fund. These funds are organized and managed based on various criteria. Some of the primary categorizations include the size of the companies within the fund, the specific industries these companies belong to, and the geographical regions in which they operate. Additionally, funds can be differentiated by investment styles, such as growth, value, or income, and even by particular themes like technology or sustainability. For virtually any investment theme you can imagine, there's likely a fund that focuses on it. This breadth of options means you need to carefully consider your investment choices. Ask yourself, what are my investment goals? What sectors or trends do I believe will prosper in the future? Reflecting on these questions can help you select a fund that aligns with your expectations and investment strategy. There are advantages to investing in the stock market through a fund or a wealth manager. First, there's the convenience. Let a professional money manager invest your money. That way, you don't have to monitor your investments. No company reports or news to react to or follow continuously. Go to the beach and relax. Don't worry about the day-to-day noise. Another advantage to investing through a fund or wealth manager is diversification. The common saying, "Don't put all your eggs in one basket," captures the essence of this strategy well. The idea is simple. If all your eggs are in one basket and it falls, you risk breaking them all. Similarly, investing all your money in a single stock is risky. If that stock plummets, you could face substantial financial losses. Diversification involves spreading your investments across a variety of assets to mitigate this risk. By allocating your money among different stocks, bonds, or other securities, you reduce the impact of any single investment performing poorly. Most funds inherently provide diversification by investing in a range of assets, and most wealth managers routinely diversify investments for their clients. Let's explore diversification from another perspective to really underscore its value. Imagine you're looking at a diagram featuring 70 boxes, each labelled as a stock, with each box representing a different stock in which you've invested. Suppose you distributed your money evenly across all 70 stocks. If one of these stocks failed completely, causing you to lose your entire investment in it, consider the impact on your overall portfolio. Since it's just one out of 70 boxes that has turned red, indicating a loss, the overall effect on your financial health would be minimal. This illustrates the power of diversification. What could be the worst outcome if you fail to diversify your investments? Let's visualize it together. Imagine that all your investments are consolidated into one large box, unlike the previous scenario with 70 different boxes. If something catastrophic happens, this single box could suddenly vanish, effectively making all your invested money disappear. This scenario highlights the significant risk of not diversifying. If it's difficult to picture, think about an image where one big box represents your entire investment and then it's gone.